Okay. So good evening to everybody, and welcome to Live Your Life by Design, session number 2. Last week we spoke about purpose, your life purpose, and how to ask yourself the right questions. I don't know if you had time to actually reflect and to go back into what we discussed and to redo the exercises. You know, all those questions that we asked you last time are extremely important in the process of discovery to reflect and to take the time to actually do the exercises and engage yourself in a different way of thinking. When you start analyzing yourself by asking these questions, if you were given 30 days to live, how will you spend the time? And be specific. These type of questions are pushing you to think differently, and it's almost like forcing you to bring yourself to positive thinking, because normally we don't think that way. We think the majority of us are very realistic. So we're trying to be realistic, and we forget that when we're realistic, we can't really achieve endless possibilities which are available. That's what the world is for, endless possibilities. Everything is possible. But everything is possible for those that believe that everything is possible. And if we come to a session, or when we are awake into living our lives, if we have any ideas about life, beliefs, thoughts, experiences that we bring into a training session, or when you try to create a breakthrough and you wish for yourself to have a different reality, you want to change in your life, if you're coming in with ideas about what's real and you have your own opinion and you bring that opinion with you, you really can't be guided and you can't be coached into a different place. So to be open and to bring yourself to a level in life where you can really go to a different place and experience something different than what you experienced so far, you have to understand that you need to suspend this belief, and you need to take the majority of your beliefs that you have from your past, and you kind of need to bury those experiences in order for you to try and feel life differently, in a different way. So if you relate to what I'm saying, you can feel free to share your thoughts on the bottom left side of the screen. Again, this is a little bit of a limited way of teaching this class, but at the same time, it gives you the comfort to find a space where you can feel free to express yourself and to really do this exercise without having anybody looking at you and feeling weird about it. Now, if you're here in this class, doing other things or focusing on something else, I really don't understand how I can help you, because I need your full attention. I really do. I need your full attention, focusing on the material, engaging in the thoughts process, engaging in the exercises. Once you engage yourself in the exercise, once you allow yourself to really participate by answering the questions that you see on the screen, by writing down on the bottom left side, typing in thoughts and sharing, it's very difficult for me to help you try to create something which will be outstanding, a breakthrough. A breakthrough, if you're trying to find a definition for the word breakthrough, what I believe a breakthrough is, it's an experience that you never had before that gives you a feeling of happiness and excitement. And that can happen to you through many different ways, but in your participation within this class, you will find that when you move yourself slowly, this doesn't happen fast. It's something that if you really do the exercises and you participate on a daily basis and you really, on a daily basis, you go to that space where you're asking questions and you read the answers that you actually write or wrote, and you read it every time, and every time you're going to answer the question again, you're probably going to answer it in a different way. So it's really important for you to understand that participation within this, these 18 sessions, doing the homework, will be why you will start experiencing some of this magic. I believe that you can have a magical life. You can literally be in a space of bliss where everything you want can show up for you without too much trying. It can show up for you if you focus on growing. And session number 2, I'm going to introduce you certain things that might open up a little bit of your understanding, and you will be able to go into session 3 with a different state of mind. I ask you right now to suspend this belief, things you normally believe in and think in your mind about what your reality can bring you, what life can bring you, all your limitations, all of your experiences, all the things you've seen and experienced and saw other people experience, all of the knowledge that you accumulated since the moment you were born, growing up to, in a different house. Each and every one of us is coming in from a different family with different experiences, different sets of beliefs, different points of view, different habits. Whatever we were exposed to until this very moment in life, all of the experiences, all of the thoughts we were thinking, all of the emotions that we had, and all of what we have seen and felt is basically what brings us to this very moment that makes our reality. So if I take a child who really believes in magic, and then I take an adult that really understands the reality, and I say reality in a very different way, the adult's reality is completely different than the child's reality, because the child did not accumulate negative experiences when it comes to magic. And for a child, life is magical, completely different than what it is now. I mean, you can just reflect and remember that, a moment where you were a child, how everything was, almost everything was joyful, because every experience is new, and you don't bring your past into the future. So to create a change in your life, you have to put behind you the past. Now, how can you put behind you the past if it's always in your mind and it's always in your feelings? You're always remembering pictures and moments. How can you really erase and go into a place where you are really brand new? How can you do that? Well, I have to show you something so you understand that it can be done. Okay, I have to bring to you an idea that all of us experienced before, and I need you to really understand that once you fully understand what I'm talking about and what this session will bring you, you will see. So think about this for a moment. When you go to watch a movie in the theater, and let's say that the movie you're watching is some kind of a futuristic video, futuristic movie, okay? And in that movie, the things that you see on the screen are really unrealistic, right? You see someone jumping out of a window and is landing on the floor, from a 50-floor building. And the person continues to walk. So in real life, if I bring you this experience, you know that it's not really doable. But when you watch a movie you're going fully into that movie without judging what you see on the screen. You just take the movie as if it's a reality. You are, for about 2 hours of watching a movie, we always manage successfully to suspend disbelief. It's only a movie, but we're really going into the movie with emotions. When you watch a movie and you're fully into that movie, you can actually feel what the characters are feeling. You are actually, in that very moment, I mean, when I watch a movie that I love, I can fully go in and engage myself with the character that I like within that movie, and I'm actually experiencing the movie as if it's happening to me. Now, if we are capable for 2 hours to sit down without judging the screen and to really experience the movie as if it's happening to us and enjoy the movie the way we enjoy, then the same can apply in our lives. We are capable to suspend disbelief so that we can accept a new idea and learn something new, fully from the beginning, with no judgments and no ideas about what it is and what you think it is. So when we are going through Live Your Life by Design, you really need to bring to the session, you need to come to the session suspending disbelief so we can continue and you can really participate as if you are an actor within a movie. Okay, and with that, we're going to start the session. By the way, type on the bottom left side, tell me who owns already one of the books that you see here on the screen and who already started reading it. Also tell me if you went to the store and actually bought one of those books so that you can really take this 18 sessions and create some breakthrough for yourself. Feel free to type the bottom left side. All you need to do is go with the mouse where it says type your message here and simply type. And share with us if you purchased the book, you own it, and if you read anything within those books. Okay, Edith, we'll pick it up tomorrow. Now, we have other participants. Okay, Cecilia, got all except change or die from reading It's Not About You and have audiobook of Carnegie. Okay. What about, okay, Patricia has starts with Y. Now, here's the thing. If you read before those books, you need to go back into those books and re-engage yourself within the subject. Subject last week was to find your purpose. I don't think that if you don't do the homework and you just show up to this session for 1 hour, 1.5 hours, you will have any breakthroughs, you will have any change whatsoever. I just don't believe that without the homework, you can experience anything. So, you know, I know so many people, they go to, Anthony Robbins for the weekend. And they go from Friday until Sunday, and on Friday they go in a completely broken person, and on Sunday they come out of that event alive and excited, and their lives are different. I simply don't believe in magic that can happen in 3 days. I believe that a change in your life, and specifically a change for you to have a clean slate and to really engage in thinking differently so you can reprogram your mind to think differently, to believe in different sets of beliefs, and to be able to create breakthroughs in magic, you really need to read these books, and you have to engage, and you have to write down and participate within the session. Otherwise, there's no need to really do these sessions. I'm just giving you information. The information is available. You can read books, and you can expose yourself to it. The purpose of this is to actually do the work. So if I go back into what we asked you last week, all these different questions, I suggest you take the time and you do the homework. So if you, for example, answer this one, okay, if you won $100 million in the big game lottery tomorrow, will anything change in your life? And you write things down, you just write whatever comes to mind. And the next question is, reading what you just wrote, how does it make you feel? and you start opening up important things that you have to understand about yourself and really engage in that exercise. Okay, and then asking, what do you believe is your life mission, and answering this question. All of this exercise and engaging within this exercise can really help you to find something that you're seeking, so that you can really be free of searching. When you're free of searching, you can really start living your life. We'll start this session by reading this specific line from one of my favorite books. I read this book hundreds of times. I recommended it almost to everybody that I met. And the name of the book is As a Man Thinketh. I'm also going to show you at the end of this session books that I recommend to read in order to utilize the information that I'm giving you in this specific session. In the armory of thoughts, a man forges the weapons by which he destroys himself. He also fashions the tools by which he builds for himself a heavenly mansions of joy and strength and peace. What this sentence is presenting is an idea. The idea is that in our bank of thoughts that we have in our mind, we have the weapons by which we destroy ourselves, and we also have the tools that we can actually build heavenly mansions of joy, strength, and peace. In other words, thinking can help you destroy yourself or build yourself peace, strength, joy, happiness. So from this specific sentence, you can take that and the understanding, the deep understanding of it, is really the discovery of what I'm trying to bring to you with this Live Your Life by Design 18 sessions. Let's look at the next sentence. Okay, as a being of power, intelligence, and love, and the Lord of his own thoughts, man holds the key to every situation and contains within himself that transforming and regenerative agency by which he may make himself what he wills. Share with me on the bottom left side what you take out of those two sentences. What does it mean as a being of power, intelligence, and love, which we are, and the Lord of his own thoughts? The Lord of his own thoughts. The power of understanding these 18 sessions are within this one sentence. The Lord of his own thoughts. So if you understand this sentence in a specific way, which is clear for you, share it with others on the bottom left side by typing in what it is that you believe those two specific paragraphs are trying to convey. We control our own destiny. Desdemona, okay. Candace, we have control of our destiny. Similar answer. What else? I want you to focus for a moment on we are the master of our destiny. Great, Harden. So all of you are basically sharing the same thought. Now let me ask you a question and be real. If you really feel this way, Cecilia just exposed a new thought, which we'll talk about. But, Desdemona, Candace, and Harden, you said we control our own destiny. If that is really what you believe and how you feel, okay, if that is really what you believe and how you feel, are you satisfied with what life brought you so far? Are you, in this very moment in your life, are you extremely satisfied from all of your results? Okay. So Harden said no. What about Candace? Not yet. Okay. Somewhat. Okay. So I'm going to ask you guys a question. I'm actually reading everything you guys write. So great. Do you see the difference between what you're saying on the screen and understanding that everything that happens within himself, that transforming and regenerative agency by which he may make himself what he wills? I have to stop here and explain something. I believe that we don't control everything that happens to us in life, but we control how we relate to what happens to us in life. I fully believe in the existence of God. I fully believe that each and every one of us is here for a reason, and all of us are here on specific purpose. And whatever happens to us, once we really understand this class, whatever happens to us should not change how we feel and how we think. And that is really what I'm trying to teach. That you have full control on certain things, not on everything in life. You really don't. You don't control the results. You don't control what's going to happen. I don't believe that you control fully what's going to happen. But you do control certain things, which we are here to talk about. I need you to take a look and reflect about this specific thought. Which is the process? You choose your thoughts, or your thoughts are chosen for you? Answer on the bottom left side. Edith says, we choose our thoughts. I choose my thoughts. That's the Mona. Patricia, it looks like I answered it above. Okay. You choose your thoughts. Combination of both. Harden said combination of both. Okay. You choose. Okay. Harden, when you say combination of both, can you explain what exactly you're talking about? I'm going to open up. Do you have a microphone? Can you answer yes or no? If your microphone works, I'll put you on so you can speak, and if not, you'll need to type it in. Is your microphone working? No. Okay, so type in what you mean when you answer now, combination of both. Now, for the rest of you guys, I want you to think very carefully. Do you choose your thoughts, or your thoughts are chosen for you? If you said that you choose your thoughts, and you understand that your thoughts bring you the results you have in life, which is what you said right before. Before you said, let me just scroll up here so I can read some of those. We are the master of our own destiny. We are responsible for our choices. We control our own destiny. These are things you guys said. Harden, if I'm going to open up your microphone right now, okay? Okay, your microphone is open. Can you say something we can all listen?
Hi, do you hear me?
Yes, great.
Okay,
Very
good.
good.
I was trying to type in, but I believe there are a lot of things within our hands. We do choose our own thoughts. However, predicating where we live, who do we live with, and under what situation, lots of things affects us. So we do think for ourselves, we do decide what to do, but there are a lot of other factors in the life that do choose things that we have no choice. How about it?
When you answered this question on the screen, you answered combination of both. You
Exactly.
say that you choose your thoughts and also your thoughts are chosen for you. Explain to me a moment that when you feel that your thoughts are chosen for you. Explain one of those moments how thoughts are chosen for me.
Well, let's talk about being a religious person. A lot of things we do because we believe it's the right thing to do, and a lot of things we have to do because we were told what to do. So it's not that we chose to do because we were told this is how to be done. So I believe it's a combination of both. Most of them we do choose, but there are things that already chosen to us, the direction, what to do, what to believe. We don't have 100%, as far as I'm concerned, we don't have 100% control. There's outside forces that also forces us to redirect our thinking and to think what's the right thing. So it's not always come from us. It's outside forces also is directing our choice. So it's not really come 100% from us.
Okay, great. I wanted you to share that very thought, and I will talk about it right now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, guys, listen. You grew up in a specific house. I don't know what was going on in that house. Only you know, and you probably don't remember. I don't remember almost anything. But each and every one of us was exposed to educators, parents, teachers, role models, friends, influences, teachings in school, the education that we learn, and all of our experiences are the outside, what Harden was mentioning, outside forces that sometimes is steering us to think in a certain way. For example, if you open up CNN and CNN is showing you a bunch of crap that you watch on a daily basis, and it's the same stuff every day, and you watch it every day, and you think to yourself, if it's on the news, if it's in the news, it's probably true. Thinking this way is causing you to think in a certain way and start believing in it. Now, you going to, let's say you met one of your friends, and as you meet your friend, you come across in a discussion about that CNN news that you just watched and they watched as well, and you start sharing what you both feel and think about that, and you feed off each other's minds, and you take what they tell you. So if they say to you, actually, what happened was this, and I heard from a friend, and they start talking about rumors, and they add more information, and you take this information as real without checking the facts, without doing your own homework. You just take what was told and you make it real, and you then speak it to other people, and you make it real because now you watch it in the news. For you, it's real. Now you're going to talk to everybody around you about that, and you will speak as if that's reality. And your words have power, so other people will grab to those words, and some of them that really take you as someone with authority in that specific subject, they will believe what you said. Now, let's assume that you didn't really investigate and you just took what you heard in the news, or you took what your friend told you about somebody. I mean, these things are happening to us all the time. I can tell you right now, in our office, let's say that we have somebody that's joining our company, which some of the agents don't really like. and the agents start talking between themselves, and you're a brand new agent sitting there, and you're taking in the information, and you hear everybody talks about that specific person doing, weird things, etc., and you start believing in it. Now, when you meet this person the first time, you will bring with you the experience of what you were listening to. And now, if we go back to the question, do you choose your thoughts or your thoughts are chosen for you? Now, here is really the line. God gave us the freedom to choose certain things, one of which God gave us the freedom to choose what we think about. And thinking is a choice. But if you're not aware that thinking is a choice, and you allow thinking to happen by itself, your mind will think by itself, because your mind is thinking tens of thousands of thoughts on a daily basis. You can actually go to Google and type in how many thoughts we have per day, and you'll see it's tens of thousands of thoughts, from I should brush my teeth, and oh my God, this is painful, or oh wow, she's ugly and this guy is fat, and I hate red cars, and I wish I can have this one, and I'm hungry and I feel like this, and no, if I eat this, I'll go to that. All these thoughts non-stop in your mind all day long. But the moment you choose to meditate, the moment you choose to take a book and focus on the book, the moment you choose to come here and to do a session and to really be focused on it, the moment you choose to sit with someone and really listen and just be a listener, you have the power to really choose your thoughts. So, even if I'm exposed to the CNN and I hear CNN news in the background, and that crap, excuse my French, can go into my subconscious mind without me understanding it, I will think about those things when I'm not really focusing on something. So if I'm just wandering around like a leaf in the wind will blow in any direction it will take me, because I don't have control in that very moment. But we always have control of our thoughts. Someone did something bad to you, you can immediately react. And your reaction can be F you, and you're going to get angry, and you're going to get into that situation with a negative mindset. Or you can respond by reflecting for a second, understanding maybe this, and this is really when we take control over our lives, and we can really get results differently, completely different results. When you are putting yourself in a place, when you take 100% responsibility for everything you choose to think about, you take 100% responsibility, and you understand that if you catch yourself in a moment before reacting, and you respond instead of reacting, you respond from a place of peace, you respond from a place where you're really thinking about choosing the right words, what to say within that moment, can really make a big difference in your life, in your listing presentations, in your prospecting, in coming across with people, in negotiating deals, in your personal relationships, in any outcome, in any area of your life. So when we go into reading this one more time, as a being of power, what's a being of power? All of you have the power to choose. Okay? We are a being of power, we're a being of intelligence and love. We experience all these things. And the Lord of his own thoughts. Now, the Lord of his own thoughts only means one thing. You have control over your thoughts. And you hold the key to every situation by choosing to respond instead of react, And with the choice, you're actually doing what it says here on the screen. So you can contain within yourself the transformation to regenerate, okay? Regenerate your energy to have completely different results and outcomes. And that's exactly what's going to start happening to you. So, you know, when you really catch yourself in a moment, and you start catching yourself more, and you're really paying attention, and you do the homework. This is hard work, guys. This is harder than prospecting and harder than being in a relationship. And this is the most, I believe, to be the most difficult thing to really master in your life, is to be able to take full control of how you think, and therefore how you feel, and therefore all the results in your life. And everybody around you will feel the big difference that is taking shape. Such is the conscious master. Someone who is conscious to his mind, aware, awake to the mind, understanding that the mind is thinking automatically. If we are not taking control, the mind will do its thing. And these automatic thoughts, the 60,000, 70,000 thoughts that we have every day are happening automatically. And also the research is showing that these are almost the same thoughts we had yesterday and the day before and the day before and the day before. So we are almost in a trend of thoughts. And the only way to break through is to stop and pay attention and to realize what's really happening. Such is the conscious master. And man can only thus become by discovering within himself the laws of thought, which discovery is totally a matter of application. Application of what? Application of what we're teaching you here. Okay, thank you, Harden. 60,000 thoughts a day. Again, such is the conscious master. The conscious master is the one that discovered within himself the laws of thought, which we'll talk about, which discovery, this specific discovery, once you discover, once you realize, is totally a matter of application. You need to apply what we teach. You need to self-analyze, self-analysis, and experience. These things will bring you mastery of this material that we're teaching. And if you read As a Man Thinketh, you will feel as you read the possibilities that are available for you once you take this material and you master it. Actively observing, by patient practice. Now, I am not the person to teach you patience because I have none. I have a little. Okay, and that is my default. But I can tell you right now that I'm going to work, and I'm working daily to have more patience. And it's painful, very painful. I can say this is probably by far one of my life missions, is to conquer having more patience. So by patient practice is if you seek for results, immediate results, okay? If you seek for immediate results, you will fail. Because patient practice, and specifically in this subject, there is, guys, you have been programmed by the television, the people around you, your parents, your educators, the books you read, every single experience you had in your life, every experience, every thought, every feeling programmed you to be who you are, to think the way you think. And if you want to erase and you want to start experiencing positive, you really need to understand what I'm telling you here, because to erase your life is impossible. You can't. Now, one of the things that I do naturally really well is I forget things very quickly. As a matter of fact, I don't care about what happened yesterday. But a lot of people are extremely attached to the history of what happened to them, and they cannot really go into the freedom of and master what it is that I'm trying to teach you here. Now, you can achieve this by patient practice and investigation and utilizing every single experience you have every day. It says here, by patient practice and investigation and utilizing his every experience, even to the most trivial everyday occurrences, as a means of obtaining that knowledge of himself, which is understanding, wisdom, power. Now, you are going through life. At the end of the day, what are you doing normally? You eat dinner, you spend some time with your loved ones, you watch TV or read, and you fall asleep. So you really never contemplate, you never investigate, you never look into every experience, even the most trivial everyday occurrences that happen in your life. You just don't do it. And you are a robot, almost, because it's not much different. You become a robot, a product of society, a product of your history, your past experiences. Now, I hear many people pointing the finger at someone else every single time when it comes to a conflict or when they come to look at themselves and their own results. They always blame the market, they blame the interest rates, they blame someone else, they blame their parents, they blame their teachers, they blame their neighborhood, they blame their health conditions, they blame all the time. But what it says here on the screen is, and before, we can actually live a magical life once we understand this, and we will patiently practice investigating every experience we go through. And we ask ourselves questions, and we pay attention to what we're thinking, and how we're thinking, and why we think in a certain way. Really engaging in that. At a certain moment in time, you will reach a point, and this is not going to happen after 2 minutes. This can happen after weeks and months of investigating. You can reach a point when you realize that, wow, my entire life, I identify myself with my thoughts like they are real. And you see your life from a different point of view. That experience is just thoughts, is not real, is not really happening. We imagine more than half of what's happening to us. Those things never happened, but we imagine they did, and we believe, and therefore we experience. So when God is giving us experiences in life, we can reflect for a moment, because if we investigate and we really understand our own process, and we can start seeing really why things are happening to us, and we can see how we are responsible in every single situation. Now, I'm not saying you're the only responsible party, but you are responsible in every situation, and you can start catching yourself. But this only happens if you consciously and continuously investigate every experience. Every day you sit down at the end and you write things down, and every time you feel a little negative, you stop and you say, what was I thinking about in the last 15 minutes? Why am I thinking about those things? What brought me to thinking about this in the first place? Can I think about it in any different way? Is there any other possibility to think about it in a different way? Now, we have the power to think about stuff in any way we choose. You can bring me negative news and I can find you and I can show you how it's positive. You can tell me you just heard the worst news of your life, and I can show you how that is good news. I can show you how it's positive. I can show you how you can benefit in any situation. All of us experience bad moments. All of us experience hard times. All of us experience also good times and positive moments. But probably none of us took the time to practice investigating. Practice on a daily basis, investigating your experiences, your feelings, your thoughts. I want you to take a moment and I want you to take a pen and a paper and I want you to write down a list of thoughts that comes to your mind in the next 2 minutes. Now, some of the thoughts can be what we're talking about. Some other thoughts can pop in. Things you need to still do today, things you did, things you're waiting for, emails you're waiting for, a pop-up on your screen that says somebody just sent you something on Facebook. I mean, there could be so many. I'm hungry. That's another thought. I wonder when Ron is going to finish this class so I can go ahead with my stuff today. That's another thought. I want you to take 2 minutes right now, simply observe and write down what showed up. I'm going to mute my microphone for these 2 minutes. I want you to write it down. Whatever comes to mind that you're thinking about right now, from the moment I stop talking, be quiet and do this exercise. Okay. Um, I want you guys to share some of those thoughts that showed up in your mind while we took a 2-minute break. So don't jump everybody at once, one by one. Let me know on the bottom left that you want to share your thoughts. Just say yes. Type in yes. I want to share my thoughts at the bottom left side. Again, don't everybody jump on this exercise and share, but really, I want to know who wrote something down. If you wrote something down on your page, type in yes. Okay. So, I'm going to open up some of your microphones so that you can share with us. Now, when I open your microphone, I don't want to hear a million different things. Let's keep it short so we can have everybody participate. And if you don't want to share your thoughts, Patricia, then I will choose you. You will be the first in line. So you don't have a microphone. Yeah, that's a good way out. That's a good way to stay out of this. So why don't you type in, Patricia, what came to your mind real quick, just a couple of items, share with us, while I will open up some microphones here and have some people share some thoughts. Candace, you're up. Okay, I don't think Candace has a microphone there. Okay, cool. So Patricia had some thoughts. Candace, you don't have a microphone? Share with us over here. Desdemona. Desdemona, you're up next. Okay, we can hear you. Say hi. Okay, you guys are shy. It's okay, it's part of the process. Now, I want you, let's use this exercise. This is great. I want you to tell me, what thoughts do you have in your mind when I tell you that you need to go on a microphone now and talk to everybody else? You will have certain thoughts about it, and the thoughts are directly connected to past experiences. Okay? So, if I called you up to the stage, okay, well, let's say we have a class of 100 students, I call you up to come on stage and share some of your stuff. Immediately, you will have some sort of a reaction. Now, this is a perfect exercise because you are reacting based on your past experiences. Fear comes along, and when fear comes along, fear, by the way, is a feeling. When you feel fear, what kind of thoughts arise? Positive or negative? When fear is in existence, like you think something bad can happen, God forbid, to someone you love, right? That's fear. I fear that something bad will happen. What kind of thoughts do you have? Negative thoughts. So, if I feel fear, I might think some negative thoughts. And those negative thoughts will continue to feed the fear. And the fear will grow into bigger feeling. You have to learn how to observe and investigate why the fear showed up in the first place. Now, in general, there is not much fear in this world. When you fear God, my opinion, when you fear God, there is nothing else to fear. And you can free yourself from all the rest of the fear that you might have. Because when you trust that God always does positive, even if we can't understand within the moment that what is happening for a good reason. When you start practicing and you're training yourself to think positive, it is easier. If I believe that everything God does is good, everything that God does is good, and I truly believe in my bones that that's true, then every experience that will show up in my life, I will feel immediately. First of all, I need to reflect. Wait a minute. There is a creator. There is a God. And if something happens, if this bad thing, negative thing happened, there is a reason for it. Even though it's a negative thing, I can make a choice within that moment to think positive about it. How can you escape thoughts when they tell you you have a few months to live? How can you escape the thoughts when someone tell you you have 30 days? I have one answer to that. I think that when you feel God in your life, when you feel, not think, when you feel it, when you understand it, you don't fear it anymore. You can even get to a point when you look strong to some of you, but I truly believe that when you reach a moment when you fully understand and fully believe, and you investigate yourself strong enough, and you went through difficulties, you really understand that everything that happens for a good reason, and it makes you strong. So I remember a day when I went to my doctor. I was there, and the doctor was shocked to see my cholesterol levels. I was probably 30 years old. And the doctor told me, my ex-wife was in the room with me with my daughter. My daughter was maybe 6 months old. And he said to me, "Do you see your daughter?" And I said, "Yes." He said to me, "If you're not going to change your life dramatically, I give you 2 to 3 years to live. That's it. That's all you're going to have. You will die in your 30s. Now, that's exactly what he said. He said, "Now we're going to try to extend it by giving you some medication, but having 360 on your cholesterol means that bad news are coming." When I left that day, I dropped my ex-wife and my daughter at the house, and I drove to my office. And I had about an hour drive to contemplate on that thought. And I have to tell you guys something. In my entire life, I never had more peaceful moment than that hour, because that hour gave me peace. When I thought about it, the first feeling that I had was peace. I don't know why, don't know what it is. It's just something that happened. So if you hear that you have 30 days to live, is it scary? Absolutely. If I know I'm going to die in 7 days, 30 days, if I know we just lost a dear friend in our office, think about that. Yesterday a person was there, today he's not. When we look into those moments, because death is unknown, we fear the unknown. But all of those things are thoughts. Now, when you strongly believe that there is a purpose, when you strongly believe that there is a creator, that you're not just here by accident, when you truly engage in the process of understanding who you are and you really investigate, you don't just go about life and you let life pass by, but you really go deep. You could train yourself to die peacefully and to accept death with open arms, with love, with understanding, with a smile. Of course you're going to be sad about it. When you lose someone, you're sad. You're sad for yourself. But if you really understand the process, I believe, I'm not saying that my belief is 100% true, but I believe it is. I choose to believe it. And when I choose to believe it, that brings me peace. So it's a choice. You can be skeptical and stay in the negative side, or you can accept new thoughts, bring it to your life, experience something else. Peace. So controlling your mind is not something that you can do like that. And it's not going to take 18 sessions to control your mind. This is just an introduction of an idea. It can take us our whole life to control what's going on in the process. But we can also master this process, because I know, and you probably know, or you can get to know if you investigate, some people in this life right now, in the world today, mastered this process. How they call God, what they practice, what they believe is, I don't care what it is, but God is there when you reach that very moment. You will experience happiness, you will experience health, and even if you don't feel good, you will feel better, and you can heal yourself. So I believe that all of us, if we investigate close enough, you will just smile all day. But we have too much crap in our minds. If it's the business, if it's the problems we have, the challenges we have, our bank account is too low, we owe too much money, someone is sick in the family, I got to take care of this, I got to take care of that, and we feel tired. But all the feelings, majority of these feelings are coming in because we choose the wrong thoughts. I just want you today to understand that thoughts are not just happening to you unless you allow them to happen. You can take control by consciously choosing to think about something positive. At the beginning, it will feel weird, because if you're thinking about the loss of your dog, for an example, and you feel like you want to cry because you miss your dog, of course, so cry. It's fine. But at the same time, you can use that moment, the memories, to be happy. You can relive a moment. You can bring yourself back to a moment when you were with your dog, and you can really enjoy that moment and relive that positive from a positive point of view. I'm not saying it's easy to do, but it's absolutely doable if you start practicing it. You deliberately start thinking about your dead dog, and you start thinking about these moments, and you bring in a positive feeling into it, and slowly you can grow into, every time you think about that dog, you are just happy. You smile. You miss him, but you're happy, you smile. When I think about my grandfather, I'm not sad. When I think about my grandfather who passed away, I'm happy. I remember these moments. It gives me goosebumps. Makes me feel great. So you can change the way. The first week of losing my grandfather was painful, but thinking about it now is slightly different. So what is really happened between the moment that a person you love, you just lost someone, it's so painful, and 10 years later, you feel different about it? What is time? And can you do that very specific thing the time is doing? Can you do it without waiting that long? Can you shorten that by practicing, by choosing, by investigating, by realizing how the mind really thought? What's intriguing all these thoughts that are coming to you? Harden says no. Ella says you need to suffer. You need to go through the pain. You need to allow time. So time can do what we can't. But I do truly believe that when you believe in God in a certain way, not the idea of God, but you really believe that everything that happens to you is God, the feeling of God will come. The feeling, it's a feeling of God will come to you and you will be happy. You will feel this energy, the existence. You will feel the existence, and that will bring you happiness in that moment. So you feel the pain in a different way. I invite you guys to investigate. Go deeper. All right, it's time to meditate. I will share with you a meditation. We shared a meditation last week. I'm going to choose the same one today. I really liked it. I hope you did. We're going to finish this session with relaxing ourselves into a different place and discovering something. And take a look at this meditation. When you do this meditation today, see if you feel a little bit different than last week, because it's a different subject, but you can use the same meditation every day, and you can see different experience, different things that will happen to you. And just to write down before we do that, if you wish to get some material about what we discussed today, because next session we're going to move on to something else. You should do your homework. I highly recommend you to read As a Man Thinketh. You can read As a Man Thinketh online. It's free. It's available. Go to Google, punch in As a Man Thinketh free book, and you can read it. Okay? It's online. Now, if you take a moment to read this book, I mean, I read every page 100 times, because every paragraph is, you can take a paragraph and you can just, you can take one paragraph and read it every day a few times, and you will experience growth in this material we're discussing in this class. As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. Yes, Cecilia, right? It's in our Dropbox. You can also go on Google. It's available also on an audio form. So if you don't like to read, you can listen to it. And I mean, that book, to me, that book is like, in a way, every time I read a couple of pages, I'm already inside, and I can do stuff. I can exercise it. So this will really help you with what we're talking about today. The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent. You can buy this, purchase this book, or go to the library and grab it. Great book, one of the best books available, I believe. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich is more like business style, but it's really, you can take from it many things that are not related to business. And the last book that you see here is The Power of Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. That specific book will open your mind to understand how the brain works, how the mind works. So you can really experience something special when you read that book. These are the 4 books that I would recommend you that are specifically focused on the subject. If you wish to grow the subject we discussed here today, you can buy those books and slowly go through each and every one of them. We're going into a meditation session right now, and after that meditation session, you can just relax yourself and go reflect a little bit about this material. I will meet you again. The next session will be, let me just look here on the schedule. Okay, session 3 is November 5th. So next Wednesday. I will see you here next Wednesday on a webinar. And I hope you enjoyed this session. And hopefully you will enjoy the meditation. I believe that from starting next session, we'll have Orly doing some meditation sessions for us live here on the webinar.
You are about to embark on a guided meditation journey. Over the next few minutes, I will guide you into a deep state of relaxation, where you will experience a wonderful calmness and meditative state of mind. don't need to do anything except relax and allow yourself to have this time. You may wish to close your eyes or watch the screen or switch between both. It doesn't matter which. Just do whatever feels right for you. You are completely in control, and if at any time during the meditation you wish to return to your awakened state, you can do so simply by opening your eyes. Breathe in deeply. Exhale fully. Breathe in deeply. Exhale fully. Allow the sound of the waves to calm your mind. You may notice that thoughts and internal mental chatter are happening inside your mind. This is completely normal. These thoughts will begin to quiet down as you concentrate on listening to the sounds of the waves. As you listen to each wave coming in, you will find your mind gently begins to quiet. Breathe in deeply. Exhale fully. Breathing in cool, refreshing air. Exhaling hot, dense air. Breathe in deeply. Exhale fully. You may wish to close your eyes now as you begin to feel more and more relaxed. Allow the sounds of the ocean to wash over you, bringing you closer to the infinite source of energy within you. Allowing yourself to be in total peace with your surroundings. you find yourself feeling more and more relaxed, I am going to count down from 5 to 0. As I count each number, you will feel more and more relaxed until you reach a sense of complete and wonderful relaxation. 5, feeling more relaxed. 4, allow the sound of the waves to calm your mind. 3, wonderfully relaxed. 2, so deeply relaxed. 1, your mind is calm. 0, feel the wonderful sense of deep relaxation. Allow the sound of the waves to continue relaxing your whole body. Take a few moments to enjoy this wonderful experience.
Okay. If you wish to continue with this specific meditation session, I will share with you a link at the end. If you click on the link, you can go directly into that specific link online and do this full exercise. I actually recommend for you to do that. But my computer is showing me that the signal of the reception on your end is really not clear enough. And I really want you to enjoy this meditation session. So I will share with you the link. As we are finalizing the session, you can just go and click on it. It will show up on the screen. And when you click on it, you can watch the full, I believe it's 20 minutes. It's about 20 minutes meditation. Very, very specific, focusing on relaxing you. I really like this meditation session. I hope you enjoy session number 2. We're going to meet you again, session 3, next Wednesday. If you wish to share with someone this specific Live Your Life by Design and you want to bring them on board, just let me know and we can share the link with those people. I had a guest here tonight. I saw they left right when we started the meditation session. I hope they enjoyed it. So that's it for tonight. Thank you guys for being here, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday.